And welcome back. Today we're going to try to do almost like a one-pot meal. We're going to have a roasted chicken with potatoes, onions, corn on the cob, and we're going to have stuffing. We're going to make some stuffing. So we get our cornbread in a bowl. Stuff away. Now, in here we're going to sprinkle on some sage, like that. Just cover it up, and you go to taste on that. Okay, just to taste. Okay, some chicken broth. Just going to add some chicken broth. Let's get a mixing spoon, and also in here there is, break up the bigger pieces of cornbread, there's onions in here too. Now if you don't like onions, you don't have to add. Okay, you don't have to add the onions. Now you don't want the cornbread too wet, you don't want, and you don't want her too dry. But it should be where it will, if you grab it and make a ball, you should be able to make a ball of it. So, one soldier down, like that. Yeah, she's getting closer. She's getting closer. Just keep mixing it up. And if you don't like cornbread stuffing, you can make bread stuffing. Just put your bread in the oven for, I don't know, say on 200 for about 15 minutes. Just enough to dry it out a little bit. Take a little of the moisture out of the bread, and you can make a good bread mix. So with that, we just add some more like that. And this is the consistency you want right here, pretty much like this. So when you, it's not real wet, it's not real dry. So when you pick it up, it stays together like that. Okay. Now what we're going to do, rinse that old mitt off. What we're going to do now is we're just going to give that a bit of a taste to see if it needs more. A little bit more sage. In with this, we're going to add some salt. I don't knock everything down. And some pepper. Like that. Now this is really good for the working people because this all goes into one pot. Unlike the panini and spaghettis and all the other dishes. They where we make 9,000 pots. Okay, with that, we're going to put that right in the pan like that. Kind of flatten it out so it's in all corners, like the under, and then turn your oven on about 375. rounds of that. We're going to cover this. Now, that we'll just have to keep an eye on when we get ready to put it in the oven. Okay, now what we're going to do. Oh, I forgot to start. Hit start, Denny. Okay. Oh, sometimes I amaze myself. I don't know how I get through life. Take off anything you don't want to lose, like jewelry, watches and things. The last time I was stuffing a turkey or a chicken, I lost my watch. Found it when we went to dinner. The good thing about it was dinner was on time. Okay, take some paper towel, pat your chicken off, dry it up, both sides. Under his arms. You don't want the chicken smelling, so you got to clean under his arm. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to take some butter. Uh-oh, we got the butter out again. And, I'm going to take about that much. And we're going to smear it on the chicken. Just get it all up in the cracks and crevices. Smear it on the chicken a little bit. Put a little under the wing, stuff a little in the bottom. Like that. Don't take and shove it under the skin. Take your finger and run up under the skin of the chicken as far as you can go without tearing the skin. Just work it back and forth like that. Reach up there and give the old massage thing. Stuff that butter in there and push it in. Stuff that butter in there and push it in. Like that. Get in there. You're supposed to be inside, not outside. And that will keep the chicken moist. Get a little more of the butter. Stuff it in the neck part. So that will be nice and moist too. Get in there, you little booger. Okay, once you get the butter kind of massaged in, you get all that white down there like that, kind of give butter a massage all the way around. Okay? I don't know why. Now we gotta wash our mitts again. Spray juice going here. You always want to keep your mitts washed because you never know what you're going to get into next. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to take a little bit of Cajun and we're just going to, I get it to come out there. Come on, you little goofers. Anybody home? Get out of there. There he comes. Little bit of Cajun, not a whole lot. Sometimes people say, "Oh, that Cajun's hot." My wife does. And then we're gonna little garlic. Like that. All right. And then where did it go? Where did it go? Somebody moved it. Oh, here it is. Some smoked paprika. You want to dab a little of that on there too, okay? And then just kind of massage that in too. Flip the old bird over on some butter. Give it to him. A little bit more paprika on the back. Like this. A little garlic. And a sprinkle of Cajun. Like that. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to take this pan, we're going to put our chicken in there. Move, come on. Move out the way. Alright, in here we got some onions. What we're going to do, I cut up a bunch of onions. Like this, we're going to put onions everywhere. Like that. More onions. More onions. Some more. Like this. Okay, in goes the corn. We just took some corn in the cob. Cubed up potatoes, you don't even have to wash them. Just throw them all around the outside of the bird. Like that. Okay. And we're going to take some juice. And we're going to throw a little juice on the bottom. No, you want enough to cover the bottom so nothing gets burnt. So, like say, here, let's just use the rest of that. Because there's nothing wrong with the juice, because after that, you know, if you wanted to, you could make gravy. So, throw that away. Okay, now that that's on there, let's give everything a good sprinkle of garlic. Like that. Let's give everything a little bit of onion powder. Just shake, shake, shake. Like shake your booty. Okay, now listen, this is fun. We're going to take some basil. Just take a little basil and sprinkle it over like that. On everything. Just sprinkle it around. Like that. And some crushed rosemary. You can be kind of generous with that. Just kind of put that in there like that. Like that. Salt. Taste. Pepper, depends on how fast your arm works. Okay. Now that that's done, I lost the lid. Oh, there it is. I found it. Put the lid on. Nice. And we're going to cook this for about an hour and 20 minutes. But the last 30, we're going to take the top off, and we're going to let that crisp up that chicken. We're going to take the potatoes and things, and we're going to raise the chicken to the top so it gets good and crisp. So that being said, she goes in the oven. And that, right next to that, goes in the stuffing. Now, what we're going to do, while we wait, I'm going to sing for a whole hour. So if you guys are ready for that, sit down, grab an adult beverage. And I ain't gonna sing. You wouldn't want to hear that. You would think, why is the dog howling? But we'll be back, just like that didn't work the last time, so I don't think I'm going to try it this time. So we'll be back in just a little while. Okay, we're back. Let's pull this out of the oven and see what it looked like. Ooh, there's some of that stuff. And here it is. Now, turn that off, the lightning cube there, turn it off, yep, okay. What we're going to do, I'm going to take cutting board, and then we're going to get our bigger knife. Let's see if we can get this chicken out of here. without going too crazy. Ooh, the leg about to fall off. Okay. That's hot still. Let's cut this up a little. There. Okay. All right. Now, all we need to do is make a plate. Here comes the garbage man. Buster, that's not like that. Now, you can cut into that like that, just like that. But I keep my knife stay pretty sharp, so. Like that. Take you some cornbread, some stuffing. First, you gotta give it a little taste. Let's try a potato. Chicken. That's moist. And your stuffing. Yep. That's what I say. Cook a meal in an hour and 20 minutes. And you don't have a whole dirty kitchen, but some. So as I say, get in the kitchen, make a damn mess, and see what you can get out of it. So all I gotta say is until next time, America.